I'm a little worried that they use their newfound iron technology to build helmets and swords and nothing else. No armor, and they also don't have nips, which is, did I forget to evolve nips? What's up, guys, and welcome back to Cell to Singularity, where today I think things are gonna be really different. We've already created life, we've evolved it over time to become bigger and smarter and faster and more complex to the point where we reached humanity. And now that we have humans, it seems like we can't evolve any further. Like our big ooga booga monkey brains want to evolve ideas. You know, the idea of cooking, the idea of clothing, the idea of not walking around in a mosh pit full of lizards and rabbits and apes. The idea of you leaving a like on this video. You know, all the important things leading towards a civilized society. So now I have pretty much no idea what to expect from this game, but I am noticing that there are two offshoots from humanity. We have one over here in the biological branch where we can use our entropy, and one over here in the technological branch where we can use our ideas. What that means exactly, I'm not sure. It looks like all we need for the technological one is burial. Death is the last great mystery. With burial, humans start to come to terms with their own mortality. So if we evolve that idea, we can get religion. Not really what I was going for there. That's a bummer. Do I need more humans? Ooh, I got an achievement, but I might need to get 50 humans before I can reach either of these. And that costs a whole lot of trillions. Like, many trillions. Fortunately for us, I kind of expected this and learned from last episode. After spending an hour and a half clicking faster than any human ever could to be able to evolve humanity, I made sure that microtransactions work in my game. So I spent $5 on 150 cubes of Darwinium, specifically for you people that left a like earlier. You know what? I appreciate you. Thank you very much. This is because of you. And now that I've done that, I should be able to get an entropy burst of 100 trillion for 4 Darwinium? That's all? Really? Okay, that's real generous. Yeah, I'll take a few of those, and just like that, I have 1 QA. That was the best 75 cents I ever spent. Now, can we get a little bit more humanity going? This might take a little bit longer than I expected. I had better need 50 humanity, I swear to God if I'm wrong. I take it back. You know what, 100 trillion sounds like a lot, but when a human costs 626 trillion, you can only get like 20-something humans for your 5 real-life dollars. And they didn't even get me anywhere. So now I really need to hope that these ideas will help me out. What if we get cooking? There's no need to eat food raw. A decent fire makes it so much better. Oh, I needed this secret speech to reach this form of humanity. Wait, what? Speech. Far more than other species, we can communicate with one another, sharing ideas, knowledge, and instructions. Language is a keystone to our thoughts, and hopefully to evolving something strange. Now that they can speak to each other, humans can coordinate and unite. Okay. Ooh, alright, so we're not reaching a different form of humanity. We're evolving society. We can now move from the Stone Age, right? We're just a bunch of monkeys sitting around a fire, or I guess it's technically just one monkey sitting around a fire. Yeah, I never did increase that. Sorry, Jojo, I figured you'd be a thing of the past, but we can now move on to the Neolithic. From hunter-gatherer to farming, the first villages begin to form. Some people survive the Neolithic age by being brave, others by being cowardly and smart. Ooh, this is cool. Oh. Did we move in next door to the monkey? Can we see him? Oh my. I knew that was the world's biggest monkey last episode. Look at the tree. What is up with this ape? He's the size of my house. I can appreciate why some of them would have been pretty cowardly back then. You know, if I was living next to King Kong who spit roasts a cow on a pole, then I'd be pretty afraid too. Just mind your own business. Just keep farming in your little towel, and I'll do my best to evolve some stuff to help you out. What about a human brain? This is the brain in its current state. Okay, so we now have a modern day brain to go with some farming. No need to gather plants and berries when we can grow the crops ourselves. We're no longer forced to be nomadic. For the first time, we can settle down. Just try to pick better neighbors. Humans learn to control crops, settle down, and grow larger. Ooh, okay. We can now form cities, domesticate animals. I think I'll skip religion for now. And clothing. Yeah, we don't really need clothing. How about a kiln? It takes fire to create pottery from reshaped clay. We'll use a kiln to provide the needed heat. I was thinking weapons, but oh, yeah, okay, pottery works. We've mastered the use of clay. Toss out all those tools of stone. Far subtler creations are soon to emerge. Like the wheel, one of the earliest and most profound of innovations. Such a simple design, and yet with the wheel, so many improvements become possible. Most notably for travel, the world has been transformed, and we can't imagine life without it. Oh, I never thought to go look at the world, which is looking a whole lot more familiar now that I think about it. Yeah, I can see me. Interesting. So they've not only shaped it must be with time, right? Because we had the molten space rock, and then we had kind of Pangea and early Earth, and now we have pretty modern Earth with kind of modern people, sort of. That still doesn't answer what's on the right, though. Like on the left, yeah, we have the technological path, and we're going through different eras of technology, but on the right, we still have biology. We still have this thing that humans can evolve into. I don't know what, but I won't be able to find out this episode unless I want to spend like $20. How about we just evolve a city for now, okay? What began as small farming communities have grown beyond simple villages. The first cities have formed. Are we actually gonna see that, I wonder? Can we? Yep, that's a city, all right. I feel like we're doing a pretty good job shaping humanity so far. Right? We have a bunch of naked atheists hanging around with giant monkeys. What could go wrong, right? What if we create writing? Having mastered writing, our ideas and impressions are no longer ephemeral, now that they're etched in stone, quite literally sometimes. With writing, thought can now be preserved for generations. Ooh, and that's leading us down the path to something, but we're gonna need to mine ore. Probably gonna be the, medieval era? I don't know, like Iron Age, something like that? There's a lot of valuable resources buried beneath the earth. Let's start building mines to access all that wealth. And then we get metallurgy. The first tools were made from stone. Now we work with metals, which are stronger and more durable than anything we've used before. And then we can move over to glass, I guess. I want whatever this thing is. Come on now, glass. Start with sand, mix in ash and limestone, apply furnace until hot, get glass. From cups to windows, from figurines to mirrors to telescopes. Let's put our glass makers to work. You don't really consider how important glass actually is. It's not just windows, like technology has a whole lot of glass in it, I would imagine. But I still don't have this thing. Oh, I probably need gears. And for gears, I need more ideas. Well, I only get about 2 per tap, which is a bit of a ball buster, but we got there. We can now evolve gears. An early mechanical advancement, gears combine multiple interlocking wheels to make our machines and tools more powerful than ever before. And that didn't do anything. So, what am I missing to get to this thing? Clearly something, right? We can go further up here with like a magnifying glass, but I want to get whatever stage this is. If we need to domesticate animals, we've never had to get some of this stuff down here in the past, right? Usually we could just go directly to things and skip over stuff if we want. I don't know. Okay, don't panic, but I'm pretty sure that white thing spinning around on the side of the planet is the South Pole. I probably shouldn't have spun it around manually like that. Right? I don't think the Earth likes to be tilted off of its axis. That's my bad. I'm sure everything will be fine, right? Maybe it's still kind of primitive Earth, maybe, hopefully. Is anything else different down here? No, we still have our little kaleidoscope of life hanging out. No pollution down here. Yeah, you guys will all be eaten or killed off or something sooner rather than later. Oh my God, I forgot I bought so many humans. You can't even see all the stupid lizards anymore. And we have women. We didn't have women last episode. We weren't so lucky. Now we just kind of got a whole bunch of gross little Play-Doh people with our microwave Muppet lizards. You guys are still just hanging out, talking about things. Okay, I'm working on getting you somebody else. Like, fine, okay, if you're just gonna bust my balls, then I'll get clothes. From animal skins to early fabrics, our bodies are protected from the elements much better when we're wearing clothing. Sure, why not? And we'll get weaving too, interlacing fibers and threads together to make them stronger. This is the first method of artificial textile production, enabling us to create fabric and cloth. Does that help at all? No? We got clothes, what more do you want? It probably has to do with the domestication of animals, right? I wouldn't be surprised if one of these little fingery projections off of farming and animals just had one thread that would shoot up to the peak that we want to get to. Why hunt what you can raise for the slaughter? I knew it. We need to get a plow first, because that's really important for what? Making a farm? Would that be what's coming next? Agriculture is backbreaking work, but our ingenuity will always find ways to advance. Surely, when it comes to each year's planting, there must be better options when preparing the soil than to do the work by hand. Bronze Age came off the back of the cow. Interesting, okay. Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age. We define entire epochs of humanity by the technology they use. Ooh. And we got an anvil. Just an anvil. Gigantic anvil just hanging out. Are you serious? You can't even give me like a little city to look at, just a funny little diorama. You're gonna give me like a Unity asset of an anvil just hanging out with my disproportioned family of monkeys here? God, that's disappointing. That's so lazy. I want to see the gross little Play-Doh people smashing on an anvil and creating gross little Play-Doh tools and stuff like that. Bronze tools, right? We're into the Bronze Age now. By smelting bronze, we can produce materials far stronger and more durable than our predecessors could manage. Copper tools and weapons might as well be obsolete. I like it. And then we can get iron. From the Bronze Age to the Iron Age, we've learned to smelt iron. Soon we'll be forging steel in whatever age comes next, but I can't do that quite yet. First I need a little bit of math. Oh, we need arithmetic. Oh, we just got enough to get it too. We've mastered basic sums, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. Such skills are quite useful in our day-to-day lives. Ooh, and next up is 0. That's a bit of a sketchy looking one. I need more ideas though. Fortunately, I'm getting 10 per click rather than 2 now, so I'll be right back. I wanted to check in on the planet again, and I think things are getting worse. I'm pretty sure Australia isn't supposed to be upside down in the northern hemisphere, right? I don't know all that much about Australia, but I'm pretty sure down under is supposed to be down, so we might need to just readjust this just a little bit, okay? I know all of life on the planet is probably freaking out right now as it turns daytime and nighttime rapidly, but if I do a little something like that, is that better? Not perfect, but it looks quite a bit better. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that for now and see if it screws itself again. Or if I screw it again, right after we divide by 0. Surely numerical values are more complicated than we used to believe. Positive numbers are no longer sufficient. We must also account for a null position. Okay, that didn't destroy the planet, so we now understand 0, but it didn't get me anywhere. How about nails? Is nails what I'm missing? A pin-shaped object made of metal, nails are used to fasten materials together. Revolution, I can't even say things I don't need to understand. I know what nails are, and it didn't help. Paper, the days of clay tablets, animal skins, and papyrus scrolls are over. Versatile and easily portable paper is the new best thing to write on and wipe your arse with. And then we can invent the alphabet. Letters combine to signify sounds. Writing is more efficient than ever, which will allow us to move on to the Iron Age. Oh, they're wearing loincloths. I thought they were censored bums. Yeah, you know what? I could go for some iron aging right now. The good Lord made us all out of iron, then he turns up the heat to forge some of us into steel. Okay, sure. You could have given me something better than that, like I don't know, a 300 quote? The day of empires starts when iron replaces bronze. Do we get to see an empire? Nope, just a couple of dudes swinging at each other and, well, at least humans are getting a little bigger. Right, sooner rather than later, we might even be able to take down that monkey. I'm a little worried that they use their newfound iron technology to build helmets and swords and nothing else. No armor, and they also don't have nips, which is, did I forget to evolve nips? I got milk glands for the monkeys, so I don't know where the nips went all of a sudden, but I guess that's evolution for you. Oh, I missed something. The neocortex, the part of the cerebral cortex that controls sight and hearing in mammals, giving them an evolutionary edge over the other animals. Yeah, sure, why not? A little late for that, but I guess we can take it. So this over here must be the nippled human. That would be humanity's final form if we can ever manage to get it. I only need hundreds and hundreds and thousands of trillions. Yeah, that's gonna be a next episode kind of thing. Who needs nipples when you can evolve military or government? We probably want a government before a military. That just seems reasonable. It is not the function of the government to stop the citizens from falling into error. It is the function of the citizen to keep the government from falling into error. Justice Robert Jackson. Pretty good quote. I actually like that one. Thank you very much. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to be clicking for the next 5 minutes so that I can get a military and see if we can evolve something else. It's kind of a bummer that they didn't visualize all of the technology the same way that they visualized the creatures. Right? Every little evolution they didn't show, but at least the creatures they showed us, right? We could buy a bunch of them and they would move around and stuff like that. It's some of them far more than others, but then it just kind of dies off around the interesting point of things. What is this? Okay. So is this where our technology is going? So far we have made a mug and a candle. Okay, and a fireplace and a table, I guess, right? That didn't just fall out of the sky. So what if we evolve, well, I wanted a military, but we're not gonna put that in a room, right? As our communities grow into states, we need organized warriors both to defend ourselves and to attack others. And then we can move on to the Middle Ages. Iron swords, iron tools? Gunpowder? Oh yeah, give me gunpowder first. The earliest known chemical explosive, it consists of a mixture of sulfur, charcoal, potassium nitrate. Sulfur and charcoal act as fuels, while the saltpeter is an oxidizer. Should I get my stupid monkey men guns before the Middle Ages? Is that a mistake? Are we just gonna skip swords altogether? Why do swords cost so much more than guns? Right, boom! The earliest known chemical explosive gunpowder was invented in the 9th century China, allows us to develop fireworks, blasting powder, and guns. Yeah, sure, we're gonna do that. Does that end up on the table? Is that gonna blow up the table? Maybe the table is a Middle Ages thing? I have no idea. We owe to the Middle Ages the two worst inventions of humanity: romantic love and gunpowder. Well, if it's any consolation, it's not too romantic in the lizard pit. That giant monkey is always watching. So I've really only made one mistake, if you want to think of it that way. Oh, okay. So we evolved a giant book. Well then. But you know what, I think that's gonna be it for this episode of Cell to Singularity, guys. And the game has taken a very different turn, but I don't know if it's it's for the better. Evolving stupid creatures and laughing at them was a lot of fun, but now evolving books on a table, not so much. But I'm still really interested in seeing how it all ends. Like, what is the singularity? What comes after modern humans? I might try to play through a bit of the game if people are interested in seeing that and skip through some of this more boring stuff. Or if you guys want to see all of it, then let me know. I really don't know what I want to do with this series because I like it, but I also find it's going to get kind of repetitive. I have no idea. Give me some input and I'll decide for next episode. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.